Right now, Alex.
I'm about to start that GSR motor there, over there on the stand.
All right, you gotta do the intro then.
Okay, this is the Cletus. Oh, sorry. This is the Boost Bud Your YouTube channel. Today, we're trying to put my motor together and try and get it started with my,
Oh, damn. All right. All right, well, there you go. There's the intro for the video today. We picked up a couple things for the Civic. An OEM water neck because I really couldn't find one anywhere around here. I'm gonna pull this metal fitting out of the top right there and weld that shut because we're not gonna need that. We got a OEM check valve so we can make our own hose because the brakes don't work without a check valve. We found that out the hard way. Also putting on the throttle cable bracket, the OEM bolts for the water neck, and then we also got a factory throttle cable for it. So we're going to be installing all this stuff right here, and then Alex is going to be working on his engine over there, trying to get it together for his EF sedan. And then we're going to cut up the pieces and stuff for the downpipe today, so hopefully we can 90 it up right here and then do something with the wastegate too. So yeah, let's get to getting all that stuff on. It shouldn't take too long to get all those small things on. So we're going to do all that stuff first, and then we'll continue with the downpipe. So, and as far as the cooling system goes, that water neck and this top hose is all it needs for the cooling system. And another thing we're going to do today as well is make the bracket for this to hold this radiator. So we'll get that done too, and I'll kind of show you the process I do to make this bracket, and that way if you guys need to make one, you can make one too. So yeah, let's get to doing that. The throttle cable on, throttle cable bracket on, both of these clamps for the boost pipe and the one down there on, the water neck on, and the top radiator hose. So that's going to do it for the cooling system. That's pretty much all finished up. Once we get the car started again, we can re-bleed it. So we're going to move on to building the bracket for mounting the radiator right here, and then we'll move on to the downpipe. Anyway, I just made this little cardboard template for the bracket that's going to hold the radiator, and this is a rubber grommet that snaps in there that just happens to fit on the fitting for the radiator right there. So it'll kind of go like that, 90 down, and then like that, but I'm going to push it back a little bit so it's not touching the car right there. So something like that. So I'm going to go grab some aluminum real quick and cut this out of aluminum, drill the hole in it to pop this in here, and then I will put a hole in it down here to put a 10mm bolt into the cross member here to hold it, and that'll be that. as you guys just saw, I just bent up this bracket right here, and I put a plastic grommet in the bracket right here, just so it doesn't rattle around. I'm gonna push the radiator back a little bit, probably about there or so. But I got this perfect little tag that we got. I'm gonna set that right there. I tack that on. Look at that. That looks awesome. And yeah, I'm just gonna put probably one 10mm bolt right here to hold that on, and then I'm gonna tack this on the plate right there with the welder. So yeah, that looks really nice. Or maybe actually I can actually use this hole right here and put a rivet in it.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Because this hole's not being used.
Way more like flush with it, like OEM status than too well. It's a big ass.
Esmar wants to put his car on his keychain. He won't be able to.
He has one. His whole car on the keychain.
His whole car.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drill a hole in the plate and put a rivet in it, because I think if I try to like tack it, it's gonna like melt the corners of the plate away, you know. Cool. Well, I'm gonna drill a hole in the bracket and in the car, get a nut stud in there, and then finally move on to the downpipe. So, and Alex is gonna help me.
I don't know what should to put this on.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna do that here in a sec, and then we'll see you guys what it looks like all finished up.
Oh.
So here's the finished product, just 110mm bolt holding it right there, and put a rivet in that plate to hold it onto the bracket we made. So yeah, it's looking great. Now we're gonna move on to the downpipe. We're gonna cut a bunch of pie cuts to make a 90° right here, and then we're gonna bring it straight up, and then probably turn the wastegate a little bit, do some type of 45, and then probably back, and then straight up as well. So we're gonna cut all these pieces real quick, and then see if we can get the 90 all tacked together, and then figure out what we're gonna do for cutting the hood and making the downpipe come up out of the hood nicely. So. You guys saw I got all those pie cuts tacked up, and then I got them here on the turbo right now. I have a piece of pipe I can set on the top to kind of show you where it's gonna go. So we're gonna set this on top here, kind of like that. Basically it's gonna be looking like that. I used a level on the side of the exhaust right here to make sure that it was level this way. And then as far as the side to side goes, there's a V-band on there, so you can kind of adjust it wherever you want. You know, we're gonna have it as straight as possible. and then try to keep it away from the hose that's going to go right by it. We'll probably end up heat wrapping that hose right there just so it doesn't melt. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. So now that I got all those tacked and I have it tacked to the flange, I'm gonna I need to figure out where the hole in the hood is gonna be and cut that, so I can attempt to cut out a teardrop from the 90 that I have. So I'm gonna try to teardrop it, and then for the downpipe, and then I got to do a couple 90s on the dump tube right here, and I'm probably gonna bring it up right next to it right here, and then try to teardrop the dump tube too, so they'll be both right next to each other, and they'll both have teardrops coming out the hood. So yeah, I'm gonna figure that out now, and then we'll see where we got to cut the hole in the hood, and we can go from there. All right, so I'm gonna cut the hole in this hood. I just measured from the top of the downpipe to the hood. So I measured from the top of the downpipe to the hood, cut this piece, and then I put what is this, Honda Bond or sealant on the top of it, and then I closed the hood, and that's how I got the position of the downpipe. But I'm probably gonna cut it and make it like a 4-inch hole, and then 2-inch hole on this side for the dump tube. I'm gonna build a plate on the top anyway, so this is my test piece right here, and I left it at an angle because obviously the hood goes up at an angle. And yeah, then we'll got Hossie the cameraman over here. Let's do this.
That's 4 inches.
Yeah. We wrecked that flag.
For real?
Rip flag.
Oh!
The drummer grabbed it.
Grab it, sir.
Let's see how wrecked it is.
Oh, that's
Right in the
wrecked.
middle. Oh, sorry, Alex. We'll get you a new flag. Basically what it's going to look like. It is really short. This is probably what, like 5-6 inches, the top piece right here, and it's just basically a 90, and then the teardrop. This is the first teardrop I have ever done, and I think it came out all right. So now I'm just going to probably just tack this up a little bit better, and then start routing the dump tube and see where we're going to go with that. So, and then we cut the hole in the hood right there. We just got to do another another hole right beside it for the dump, and then we can get it all welded up. All right, so the plan was to do the wastegate, but unfortunately we ordered the wrong size pipe. I thought that it was going to be 1.5 inch, and this is 1.5 inch, but it ended up being a little bit too small. I think it's 1 5/8 inner diameter on the wastegate itself, so we're gonna have to wait till next week to do that. So yeah, it's getting really close, guys. We're actually running out of things to do on this car, so unfortunately we're gonna have to wait till next week to do the dump tube. So I'll be showing you guys that next week, and then we can move on to whatever else is next. But on that note, we'll see you guys in the next video.